can't fall, but we ain't fall. Flame scars, we gon' raise the bar. We can't fall, but we ain't fall. Flame scars, we gon' raise the bar. We can't fall, but we ain't fall. Flame scars, we gon' raise the bar. Can't fall, but we ain't fall. Flame scars, we gon' raise the bar.
Hey, what's going on, people? It is Raising the Bar with A.D. Robinson. Man, what a wonderful weekend. What a wonderful weekend. Man, how was your weekend this weekend? Well, happy Memorial Day. I just really want to give honor to our fallen troops who serve for our country. And just let the family know that, you know, they are truly appreciated and are remembered, especially on this day. So we just celebrate you, even though we couldn't do the cookouts and the barbecues and the family gathering because a lot of us are social distancing. We still want to say thank you, and we really appreciate the family for just sharing your loved ones to protect this country. So again, we appreciate you and happy Memorial Day. By the time you guys see this, it may be too late, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, moving on. So speaking of honor, I just want to talk about this video I watched. I watched this interview of two legends by the name of Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre. Now, I come across these videos on YouTube because, you know, I'm into the music industry. I work with my brothers, of course, No Muzzle Gang, Snipe, and No Muzzle SK. You guys look them up. But anyway, I work with them and their company, and you know, I just do a lot of YouTubing, a lot of searching on how, you know, some of the guys in the industry can help us by spreading their knowledge, you know, and wisdom through video. But I ran across British GQ, and I saw Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre. They did this interview about I want to say 6 days ago, and man, a lot of wisdom, a lot of experience there. But look, I want you guys to check it out for yourself. Here's a clip.
He does. He knows what I do. I know what he does, and if we don't agree, we just take on the other person who knows more about that particular thing. Yeah.
Imagine a relationship like that, a friendship. Do you know any others?
And we got lucky. Absolutely. It works like a partnership. It is a partnership. It behaves like a partnership. It's structured as a partnership. You see, what always shocked me about America and what they did capture in the Defiant Ones, clearly, because that was Alan's original idea, was that I don't know why a white guy and a black guy doesn't start more businesses together. Why are we the only people that ever built a big business?
It's crazy. It's crazy that this is the first time that this has happened for this amount of time.
You know, other people have done it, got work together and stuff, but you know, we built the #1 headphone company in the world, then we went and built Apple Music, you know, because what you bring each other is crazy, the different cultures, how they work together.
Man, that was a lot of game, right? A lot of knowledge. Jimmy Iovine, he said something that I just want to take thought on. He said, why don't white guys and black guys start more businesses? And he said, different cultures can actually work together, which I do agree. Differences make for a great team because they compensate for one another. And I truly agree, and I truly understand where he's coming from. But here's a perspective, and, you know, of course, my opinion. I believe that in our community, we should start with our community first. We should start with our family, our peoples first, black people. Now, am I saying that I would never do business with a white person? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we should respect each other's differences in our own community and be willing to see the strength in each other's and in each other's differences. We should be able to respect each other's uniqueness and individuality so that we can actually do business together. Because we can make up for, we can make up each other's strengths and weaknesses. So I think that if we were just to search in our community, look at each other and our differences, that we can build something magnificent. A lot of times we get away from that because we think that in order to be black, you have to do certain things. You have to listen to certain music. You have to believe in certain beliefs, and you have to walk a certain way. We box each other in, man. Like, and I understand it because sometimes we are comfortable with, familiarity, what we are familiar with. But I do believe that we should respect each other's differences and individuality. There's a uniqueness about everybody. And if we can bring that out and then work together, man, we can build $1 trillion companies, I believe, because there's so much gold in our culture, so much gold in our people. We just have to learn how to bring it out of each other. But I get it. We box each other in, and it's showing even in politics. Where Joe Biden said that, hey, we're not black if we don't vote for him. Now, I kind of get why he said that. And this is why, because this is the underlying message that we've given him as a culture. This is what he sees. He's a white guy looking in. He's not in it. He can only assume. We believe that if you vote a certain way, we believe that if you're a Democrat, if you believe in certain things, that you're black. That's just how we see each other. When I think that if we, again, respect each other's differences and who we admire and who we look, I believe that we can do so much more in our own communities if we respect each other's differences. And speaking of business, I want to talk to you all about something that's dear to me, and that's assets, real estate. I'm going to have a special guest on. You guys are in for a treat. This guy is so knowledgeable about real estate. It's scary, man. I really depend on him for all of my knowledge when it comes to real estate, because he's just that informal. Is it informal or informative? Got my human dictionary. Babe, give me a word. And yeah, he knows a lot, pretty much, when it comes to real estate. He's very informative, and he's actually into private lending as well. So here's that conversation by Russell Jackson and myself. Here, take a listen. Yeah, so we got Russell Jackson here. I told you guys I was gonna have him on. Man, this guy is a real estate. He don't like this word, but I'm gonna say real estate guru, because that's what that's what I believe him to be, man. I definitely lean on this guy for all the real estate questions when it comes to creative acquisitions, and especially private lending, which is something I want to talk about today. What's going on, Russell?
What's going on, man? You're right. I don't like that word. I try to shy away from that.
All right. Well, you're my own personal guru. I won't tell nobody else. But
there you go.
Yeah, man. So we've been doing like this partnership for about 2 years, man, and I just soaked up a lot of information when it comes to real estate. And I just really I know we talked about this going on a trip like 2 years back, that once I restart the show, I was going to have you on, and here you are, my first guest, man. I just had to have you on, man. So I'm glad that you're here. And I just want to talk real estate, man. Something that we both love. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm cool with that.
Cool. So private lending, man, like I know that's something that you specialize in, especially creative acquisition. For the people who don't know, what is private lending?
Okay, so private lending, maybe I'll start off talking about what it's not. So typically when somebody wants to get a loan, they go to a traditional bank, a brick and mortar bank. They have a retail operation in your neighborhood. You go there, you sit down, they look at your credit, and then they decide how much of a loan you're going to get. And the loan is usually just based on your credit score. They take a look at your income, your DTI or debt to income ratio, and they decide how much you're going to get and what kind of interest rate you're going to get based on that. private lending for real estate investment is pretty much the opposite of all of that. So, which makes it attractive for investors, who want to get into the flip game, or even if you're, wanting to buy and hold, you can do those kind of strategies too. So with private lending, though, it's based on the deal. So we typically will lend 65% or more in some cases.
Wow.
Of the ARV, so the after repair value of the property. A lot of times you can get the rehab of the property covered at 100%. Then typically you have 12 or 18 months to repay the initial loan. So that's the quick and dirty of what a private.
So
and sometimes you hear it called hard money. It's the same thing. Private lending, hard money is separate.
It's all the same. Okay, so you saying it's not like the conventional. Do they require us to have like good credit?
It certainly doesn't hurt to have good credit.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's based on the deal, but those are all things that help the lender get you into the right product. It certainly, if you have, if someone had a low credit score, that doesn't mean that they won't get a deal approved. But they're going to want to look at some other things. Have you done a flip before? Have you done a couple of them? Do you have a gainful employment someplace
Right.
outside of your real estate investing?
Mm-hmm.
We can look at all of those things as factors to help determine what kind of situation we get in. But if you find a great deal, you'll be able to find some money in private lending.
So it's always best to like have the knowledge and the know-how and what type of deals to look for. That makes sense.
Yeah, so you're looking for properties where there's going to be some equity, right? So that's what we're always checking. We're always chasing equity.
Right.
As
Equity.
an investor, you're always looking for equity, right? So you're looking for a deal. It's kind of like the signs that you see. We buy ugly houses. Well, you want to. If this is something you want to do, you want to look for ugly houses. You want to look for the ugly house in a nice neighborhood.
Right. Right.
And that's the one that's going to get you some equity. If you put a little sweat equity in, you'll be able to get a high return on that. So when I say sweat equity, that means that the house probably needs some repairs, probably hasn't been attended to.
Right.
There are all kind of reasons why houses end up ugly. People get divorced, people pass away,
Mm-hmm.
foreclosures. All those kind of things can lead to a property just kind of becoming depressed. And then that's a situation where we can come in and help as investors. Really is what we're doing, because a lot of times we're solving a big problem for somebody.
Right.
Somebody inherits a property down here in Georgia and
Mm-hmm.
they live up in Boston. They are helpless.
They don't want to deal with. Yeah, they got to travel back and forth. Yeah, I totally get that. Okay.
Yeah. So we come in and say, hey, this is what we can do, to alleviate that problem for you.
Right. So we're more problem solvers, as I like to say.
Yeah, we're real estate problem solvers. I like that better than guru.
All right, my personal problem solver. Okay, so I'm like this. I wanna call it like a vigilante or Robin Hood. I like to steal information and bring it back into our community. How can we use like private lending to create wealth in our own communities? How can we actually utilize this information and build wealth in our own communities?
Yeah. So when if you watch YouTube and you look at a lot of these popular investors that people follow,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them teach on the investment strategy of wholesaling.
Right.
And that's one way to make money
Okay.
in real estate. But you make bigger returns when you do two other things, which is you buy and hold a property, which means you buy a property at a low price or a wholesale price.
Right.
And then you make improvements to the property to bring it back up to retail. And then you might rent that property, or you might hold it and let it appreciate as the market gets better. It starts to build equity from appreciation. You can use private lending to do that kind of deal.
Oh, man.
You can also use it to do fix and flip, right?
Okay.
So you see those shows, you know, Property Brothers, the Property Twins, I guess.
Yep.
And that's what they do. They use private lending, and they go out, they find a house, they make the improvements, and then they sell it at full retail. So the difference between the cost of acquisition plus repairs minus whatever fees, you know, to sell the house, you know, all these other fees that you have, closing costs.
Real estate fee, realtor fees. Yeah.
Right. So then once you take all of that away, then that profit that you're left with, man, that could be really good money. You know, particularly if you're finding really good deals. But it's just like with the stock market. So you make all your money at the beginning, right?
Makes sense.
You don't make money.
They say you make money when you. No, they say you make money when you buy the house. Yeah, when you buy the house, that's when you make money.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't make any money when you're selling it, because it's about how low you got it. That's the nugget that's in there. You're trying to buy low.
Right.
So it's a principle that we all understand, and this makes it more accessible to answer your question directly. This makes that type of investment more accessible to more people who might not be able to go to a traditional bank. And it's not just, having bad credit. Sometimes if you're a full-time investor or a full-time entrepreneur, you don't have the things that banks want.
Yeah.
A lot of investors don't show income from year to year, right? Because we're all trying to work our taxes down as low as possible.
Makes sense.
So investors, they don't show income. Well, the bank says, well, man, I looked at your tax return over the last 3 years. You haven't made any money.
You don't make no money.
I'm not going to lend you any of mine.
Yes, sir. You haven't made no money. Why would I lend you? And we do this. We do this for the sake of less taxes. One thing you mentioned. One thing you mentioned, or you didn't mention fix and flip first. You mentioned buy and hold.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, and I know you sent me this link the other night, but a lot of people in our community talk more about fix and flips, but they don't understand that the taxes, man, like on a fix and flip, once you make a lump sum, you're going to get hit by Uncle Sam opposed to buying and holding and just building up equity. So, that's why I would call you my real estate problem solver, because you didn't mention fix and flip first. So with this private lending, you mentioned that it don't require all of the things that banks require. How can like a regular person, credit may be cool, may have done a couple of wholesales. How can a person have access to this private lending? How would they get access to this private lending?
Well, the number one thing you need is a deal, right? You gotta have a property under contract.
Okay.
That's gonna make me want to talk to you.
Okay. Property under contract.
Once they have it under contract, and you want to call a private money lender like myself,
right?
So that I can take a look at the deal that you got, start to ask you some questions, see if it's going to be a deal that makes money. I'm a little bit unique in my approach to private lending now, because I want to really help people understand how to evaluate deals, because what I see a lot of investors do is they make mistakes on the front side. Me and you looked at a lot of deals together, and we see guys will get into a deal and they're just so excited to try to make money in real estate, and they'll pay too much for a property.
True.
And then on the back end, they don't have a real exit now. I have a good close buddy that he was in a high market, like, you know, so near Tyler Perry Studios.
Wow.
And he went in and he did a tier 1 renovation. Like, I mean, it was an amazing house. Like, it was better than anything. The difference between the before and after is better than anything you see on TV.
Wow.
And he had a bad, you know, he was new and he had a bad contractor, and basically at the end of it, he lost his shirt in the deal. I mean, he was 15 grand to the negative.
Man.
In a high market.
Wow. Wow.
You know?
Oh my gosh. Good night.
So I say that to say, right. So I say that to say, I really try to help people understand, you know, especially people who are new to the business. Like,
right.
Hey, this is how you should really be evaluating this property. It's not enough to just look at comps. It's like, are you looking at houses that are similar to this house that you have?
Right.
You know, you can't compare a house that was built in 1942 to a house that was built in 2006. You know?
Right.
And
True.
when you get out there on the market, that's what the real people are going to look at.
Right. Man, that's free game right there. To all the people listening, man. Good night. I sure hope they click the link or whatever, man, because this is a free game right here. Okay, man. If people want to learn more, Russell, how can they reach you, man? I just really want to be sure that people can get in contact with you in case they have questions. Maybe they have a deal, you know. Maybe they're working a few wholesale and, you know, may need some private lending. How can they reach out to you?
Yeah, so you can go to our website, breakthrough-management.com. It's breakthrough-management.com. And you can make an appointment there directly on our website. You can also email us at money at breakthrough-management.com. I'd be happy to take a look, have a conversation about how everything works.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, listen, bro, I really appreciate you coming on the show. I got a feeling this may not be the first time you'll be on the show. So, man, hey, again, I appreciate you, brother. And, man, listen, I'm going to let you go. And you enjoy yourself, man. You got anything else you want to let the people know?
No, this was great. I appreciate you following back up and tracking with me to get some time on your show, and all the best to you with this and your creative endeavors. Wish I had talent like that.
Oh, man. Man, gone. Okay. Well, cool, man. Well, again, I appreciate you, bro. And of course, I'm going to follow with you, man, after the show. All right.
All right, cool.
All right, man. All right, take it easy. Woo, man, free game, man. Free game. Well, we spent enough time here. Again, you can reach me at setting on Instagram. You can reach me at setting the tone. That's SETTIN_D as in David, A_TONE. Or you can just reach out to me on Facebook. That's A.D.Robinson. Or you can just email me at adrobinson.inspire@gmail.com. All right? You guys take it easy. Have a good day.
We came far, but we ain't far. Flame cigars, we gon' raise the bar. We came far, but we ain't far. Flame cigars, we gon' raise the bar. We came far, but we ain't far. Flame cigars, we gon' raise the bar.